Xavier Chiveria, the repairer of the breach, the restorer of paths, the dwelling of God's moral laws, 10 commandments, God's law of love, written with the finger of God in Exodus 31:18 or Deuteronomy 9-10. Your first 4 commandments are your love for God. Your next 6 commandments are your love for one another. Okay, today we're going to be going over the moral law and the ceremonial law. Let's see what the difference is and what was done away with at the cross. By the time we finish doing this, or I'm doing this, you're going to see what was done away at the cross. If you have a pen, pencil, notepad, or anything to write this down, it'd be nice for you guys to write this down, to keep it with you guys and to share it with others, to show others what was done away with at the cross. Okay, here we go. God's moral law. The contrast between the moral law, the 10 commandments, and the ceremonial law, the animal sacrificial system. Okay, number 1. The 10 commandments were written on stone in Exodus 24:12, Exodus 31:18, and Deuteronomy 9-10. The 10 commandments were written on stone. The ceremonial law was written in a book by Moses in 2 Chronicles chapter 35, verse 12. Let's go back over here to the moral law. And number 2, the moral law, the 10 commandments, was spoken by God in Deuteronomy chapter 4, verses 12 and 13. Let's go back over here to the ceremonial law, the animal sacrificial system. Number 2 that I have on the list. The ceremonial law was spoken by Moses in Leviticus chapter 1, verses 1, 2, and 3. And number 3 I have on the list. The moral law, the 10 commandments, stands forever in Psalms chapter 111, verses 7 and 8. And the ceremonial law, the animal sacrificial system, was nailed to the cross in Colossians 2:14-17. The ceremonial law, that's what was nailed to the cross, but not the moral law. Okay, number 4 I have on the list. Number 4, the moral law, the 10 commandments, gives us the knowledge of sin. Without the law, we wouldn't know what sin was. And that's in Romans 3:20, Romans 7:7. And back over here to the ceremonial law, the animal sacrificial system. The animal sacrificial system was given to us because of sin in Galatians 3:19. Back over here, the moral law, the 10 commandments, was called the royal law of liberty in James chapter 2, verses 8-12. And the ceremonial law, the animal sacrificial system, was called law contained in ordinances in Ephesians 2:15. Let's go down to the next one. The moral law, the 10 commandments, judges all men. This is what we're going to be judged by, the moral law. So it's a good idea to obey them and keep them and do them. And that's in James chapter 2, verses 10-12. And the ceremonial law, the animal sacrificial system, judges no man. The animal sacrificial system judges no man. And that's in Colossians 2:14-17. Let's go back over here. The moral law, the 10 commandments, was put inside of the Ark of the Covenant. Hebrews 9:4, Exodus chapter 40, verse 20. What made the Ark of the Covenant so special was because of the 10 commandments were in there. The Ark wasn't special itself, it was God's moral law that was inside the box of the Ark of the Covenant. That's what made it so special. Okay, let's go back over here to the animal sacrificial system, the ceremonial law. The ceremonial law was put in the side of the Ark of the Covenant. Not inside, but on the side of it. And that is in Deuteronomy chapter 31, verses 24 to 26. And the moral law, the Ten Commandments, was not grievous. In other words, they're not hard to keep. They're not going to be a pain to keep. You're going to love to obey the Ten Commandments of God because you love God, correct? Okay, and that's in 1 John 5:3. They're not grievous. They're not hard to keep. You can't do it. Okay, the ceremonial law, the sacrificial system was contrary to us in Colossians 2:14 to 17. And the last one I have on the list, the moral law, the Ten Commandments, was spiritual. And that's in Romans 7:14. And the ceremonial law, the sacrificial system, was carnal. It was worldly. All the sacrificing of animals, it was worldly. So that's in Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 10. So we don't need to sacrifice animals no more. That was done away with at the cross. Can you imagine everybody having animals to sacrifice, to take to the temple to sacrifice today? No, that's ridiculous. Jesus did that for us on the cross. He was the ultimate lamb that was sacrificed for all humanity. All we have to do is repent and give our hearts to God by loving Him and others, by obeying His moral law, the Ten Commandments. That's it for today. It's Xavier Echeverria, the repairer of the breach, the restorer of paths to dwell in. Thanks for watching and have an amazing Sabbath.